Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, and other people out there watching my channel. Welcome back to more various holiday inflatable unboxings with Inflatable Fan 103. And today, for your viewing pleasure, I'm going to be reviewing for you guys the Gemmy 2014 3.5-foot pumpkin dressed Snoopy Halloween Airblown inflatable. Now, just looking at the box, this is something I'm like 90% certain was sold at Lowe's back in 2014 compared to some of the other Lowe's Halloween Peanuts inflatables as you see over the screen. And by their box art, this one looks very similar to those, which leads me to the point where I think this was sold at Lowe's back in 2014. But aside from that, this was cheap. I bought this off eBay like 4 weeks, coming up at a month ago, I believe, for $25, which interestingly enough was the exact price that it originally retailed for wherever it was sold at, which I'm assuming was Lowe's. Yay, you don't see that come up too often. That's pretty rare. So I'm happy with this purchase for that reason, and I don't regret buying it because being a fairly simple design in the grand scheme of things, it still caught my interest. And despite that, and trust, we all gotta love those 2010s, early 2010s Peanuts inflatables compared to the more mediocre, or at least I think in my opinion, the mediocre ones that we get nowadays. So yeah, but here it is, and I think it looks really good. I think the box art looks spectacular. And I think it's cute design, and I thought it was worth having, like I say, for a lot of other inflatables, but still goes for this one too. So as you can see, it's got the classic Halloween background box art, and there's the inflatable itself, and there's the Peanuts logo with Snoopy laughing, and it says right down there it's 3.5 feet tall, and then it says it's since 1950. Energy efficient LED lights, blah, 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 you know that. There's the front, the side, and here's the back, and then Snoopy's up there saying great, and then just the easy setup display there, and if I can find, it says this stupid camera can focus. Says 2014 Peanuts Worldwide. So yes, this is a 2014. I'm glad I got another 2014 inflatable because I don't have too many in my collection. I love 2014 inflatables. It was a very good year for inflatables, I must say. Probably even peak, if you will. And then there's the other side, same as the left one. And then there's the top. And let's get this sucker out. Let's get him out. Pretty good. Pretty good. And there he is. Get him. Okay. The adapter out. Oh. Box smells very good, as I say, for a lot of the inflatables. I don't know what Gemmy put in their inflatables to make them smell so good. But hey, just smelling them, the way how good they smell, just, you know, I guess it's just part of the Inflatable Fan 103 DNA. So I'm glad they smell good. So it did not come with stakes and tethers or instructions, so that's interesting. Not that we need instructions, but I don't know why it didn't come with stakes and tethers. That's a completely different story. And it would have been more convenient if they did come with stakes and tethers, because usually when I buy inflatables off eBay and they don't have stakes and tethers, I don't really like that because I have to borrow them from some of my other inflatables, and it's just a whole thing. Not really, it's not too big of a deal, but still. So here he is, looks pretty good. Just taking a glance at it, the colors are still vibrant and everything, and it looks like it's in very good condition. Other than that, according to the pictures do not lie. That's for sure. Unless the person really is lying and just trying to get it away for different reasons. But I know this is going to be in pretty good condition, and like I said, I'm happy with the purchase. So let's go ahead and see what this sucker does, and hope that it doesn't explode. Which, why would they? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. When they say self-inflates in seconds, they're really not kidding for this one. Okay. Okay, and there is the little fellow all inflated, and just looking at it, like I said, I knew it would be in very good condition, being fairly simple and still desirable. No matter what 2010's Peanuts inflatable it is. Well, only if it catches my interest, of course. But if it catches, I think I might have said it wrong there. But anyway, I'm glad with my purchase, as I said, and he is in very great condition, and he's pretty good. I mean, it's just nothing else special other than just Snoopy being dressed as a pumpkin. So yeah, we'll go over the details here real quick. There's Woodstock on top of the pumpkin head for the costume. I'm glad they added Woodstock on here because Woodstock is Snoopy's best friend, and I love Snoopy, and I love Snoopy and Woodstock inflatables. I think that's almost all of them. All the Peanuts inflatables with Snoopy. But I'm glad if they didn't have because if it was just Snoopy dressed as the pumpkin himself, that would be pretty boring. It's pretty much how it already is. But I'm still glad that they added Woodstock regardless. That was a very smart choice. Woodstock is a very important Peanuts character, one of my favorites. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He looks adorable. You cannot say no to that adorable face. And if you don't like Woodstock, then I don't even want to know you. Get the F out. But there's Woodstock. I wish they would have put an LED in him, but you can still see him with the LED light that Snoopy has, depending on how well it lights up. And thankfully, it's not burnt. It hasn't burnt out within the last 12 years of it being in existence, because that's the way these pathetic lights are. But yeah, there's Woodstock. Pretty cute. Does not inflate very well, but it's okay. So there he is, and there's the pumpkin hat for the costume. There's the stem. Does not inflate very good, but it's okay. And then there's Snoopy's face, and I'm not sure why the creator of Peanuts decided to make Snoopy's eyes closed all the time, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. And there's his nose, of course, and then there's the classic Peanuts pumpkin face. I like the Peanuts pumpkin face. I think that's clever how they made it like that. I mean, it's still very, very simple, like the classic pumpkin face that has already been in existence for many, many, many years now, but I still like it. I think it just looks iconic that way. So there's the pumpkin face for the costume, and then there's the pumpkin that Snoopy wears around his torso, and his back, of course, and then there's his hands. And he's got his feet down there with 3 lines on them. That's not interesting. And it's got the tether attachments in the same place as usual, as they always do for these fairly simple designs. And then here's his ears. His ears are actually kind of flat. They're not really round and puffy like they usually would be. They're just kind of flat and thin like a pancake, but you can still kind of see them though. So got the tag down there. That's not interesting. It's got a medium cheap fan, which probably I haven't tried. Actually inflates okay. It doesn't inflate the greatest, but thankfully it wasn't a small cheap fan, because otherwise it would not inflate as good. But no, they did give it a medium cheap fan. So good job, Gemmy. And then there's his tail, which actually inflates very good. I think the best out of the whole inflatable itself, honestly, or at least one part of it, though. I can't say the whole inflatable because, I think you guys, now we'll get a good look at them in the dark, as we usually do. So, oh man, okay, that is really good. That is actually really well lit up. For being 12 years old, I'm impressed, honestly, with how well this was taken care of. I mean, just the one LED in the head doesn't need any more than that, as I've said for many fairly simple design inflatables that I've reviewed in the past year or so. But seriously, though, it doesn't need any more than that. I mean, it still would be nice if Woodstock had one, but but thankfully, as long as it's bright as the LED in Snoopy's head is as bright as it is, sorry, then you can still see the whole inflatable itself and what he's doing and who he is and what he's dressed as, obviously. But other than that, there's not much else to go through about this guy. I mean, again, fairly simple design, but I love having the Peanuts inflatables. And I think the main reason why I thought this was unique is that the fact that he's dressed as a pumpkin and that Woodstock's on top, and I just think, hey, it doesn't really need to be much more than that for this guy. So yeah, and I love Snoopy and Woodstock, and I love the Peanuts inflatables from early 2010s, from 2014, 15, 16. You guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that pretty much concludes this review. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you found this enjoyable, likable enough, or if you killed some time with it, then please consider liking and subscribing. It is crazy how I am over 300 subscribers now. Thank you all so much for that. I haven't pointed that out until this review. So do all that and leave a comment if you want, or leave a comment if you don't want to, or whatever. And I'll see you all next video. Thanks again, and peace out.